Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dean Solomon, and today we're going to be talking about why there is no perfect split. So, without further ado, with no specific order, let's get started. First reason that there is no perfect split is because simply everybody's different. Everybody has different preferences. Everybody's body is slightly different, and people just have different preferences in general about how many times they want to lift a week, how much volume they want to be doing, their schedule. So ideally, if you want to stick to a routine, then you have to make a split that works for you, obviously, and it's catered towards you. Now, of course, you could give someone a split to start off with, and like a pre-built split, and over time adjust it so that it makes more sense for that person to do it, because the goal is to sustain that split for as long as possible. So if you take one person, for example, that has never trained before and is tight on time, and they basically just want to get some results and be in the gym for as little as possible, they would say, okay, give me something that's optimal, pretty much. Give me something that I'm not going to be in the gym for long, and give me something that will give me the results. So ideally, that person would say, okay, a full body split would work because they'll be in the gym for 3 times a week, and they don't have to go to the gym every day. If you have an advanced lifter, on the other hand, that's different, because maybe that person wants to spend more time in the gym. Or not an advanced lifter, but a person that enjoys the gym, perhaps. And that person maybe wants to spend more time in the gym. That person would want to go 5 or 6 times a week. So it all depends on what you enjoy, and obviously you still want to get results at the same time. So there is no perfect split for, it's not one size fits all, pretty much. You could cater your split to how you want it, and you still can get the same results as someone that's doing a different kind of split. Reason number 2, exercise selection. Now, exercise selection is probably by far the biggest reason that it's, obviously it's not one size fits all. It advocates that, pretty much. Let's say you take a person that doesn't like doing a squat, they don't like doing a squat, versus a person that loves doing squats. You can't give them a program that has squats in it to the person that doesn't like doing squats, or physically can't do it because they have a pre-existing injury. So you're not going to give an exercise like that to someone that can't perform it. So ideally, what you would want to do is give them an exercise that they're going to feel comfortable, they're going to be able to gain the most results out of it, and they won't feel a level of discomfort where, okay, this isn't just a muscular discomfort, I guess. It's more of, a joint. It basically can be anything that causes discomfort, a bad discomfort, right? So ultimately, the point I'm trying to get at is, obviously some people have disadvantages when it comes to these like compound lifts, like squat, bench, deadlift. So you have to find something that basically the person can work with, pretty much, and still be able to attain the results like a person that benches or squats or deadlifts. So ultimately, exercise selection really does matter, although it might not alter the split, but the contents in the split have to be a little bit different from each other. So that's reason number 2, and I would say that's one of the most important reasons: exercise selection. Especially if you're a personal trainer and your client doesn't feel comfortable doing an exercise, they have like I said, a pre-existing injury, or they just don't enjoy the exercise. They don't have the mobility, the flexibility, whatever it is. You have to make sure that you're going to give them an exercise that they can do very comfortably and they will be able to gain results out of. People basically may not feel the exercise engaging the particular muscle group that they're trying to hit. So let's say you take a person that has really good mobility versus a person that doesn't have good mobility. The person that has the better mobility will be able to feel the muscles that they are trying to engage. The person that has poor mobility, doesn't stretch a lot, anything pretty much that requires to improve mobility, will have a tough time engaging the certain muscles. You will over-engage other muscle groups to basically move that weight. So pretty much, like, basically the exercise won't be, it won't work for that person. So what you have to do is you have to find out, okay, what's going to work and what's not going to work. You have to find exercises that are going to engage the particular muscle group that is trying to be engaged. So obviously the goal for the training is to maximize results and minimize injury, right? You don't want to injure yourself by over-engaging a muscle or anything like that. Like, you know, that's not the goal of the training. The goal of the training is to gain the results, to just gain results and not get injured, right? That's the goal. So, I mean, it is tough when it comes to exercise, to like pick exercises pretty much, but you just have to, you have to try it. You have to try and see, okay, what works for me and what doesn't. It's as simple as that. If doing a heavy squat doesn't, you don't feel like you're engaging the proper muscle groups, then it's not for you. Either that, it's not for you, or you have to put more effort into performing it a lot more often with lighter weight or doing more mobility. I would do both, obviously, if you're trying to get good at squatting, assuming that's your goal. But most people's goals are just to get in shape, be healthy, and just basically build an aesthetic body. Nothing more than that, for the most part, at least. But yeah, definitely that's a very important reason. And back to the like enjoying the split. So pretty much, I mean, if you have if you have one person that enjoys one split versus another person that also enjoys their split, that's a perfect split for them. I mean, it's as simple as that. If they enjoy that, then that works for them. There's no exception. That's what's going to work for them. That's what they're going to stick to and maintain for the longest time. And that's it. I mean, if they're gaining the results out of it, they're building muscle, losing body fat, being consistent with the gym, and they're on top of their diet, there's nothing to argue about, pretty much. I mean, there is no one size fits all. That is, every time I see these videos online of people saying, oh, this is the perfect split, do this. No, it's not. It's just a base. It's a base for you to at least get an idea of what a routine should look like. And then you could build off of that. You could change the exercises that are selected in that split. So obviously it depends. It depends how much time you have, your availability, what do you enjoy, how often do you want to train a certain muscle group, what are your strong points, what are your weaknesses. So you have to take a lot into account to determine, okay, what's going to work for me and what's not going to work for me. And that's it. I mean, it just depends. It's all down to personal preference. For me personally, from my own personal experience, I started off doing full body workouts. Now, at that time, I didn't understand a lot about training. I just started getting into bodybuilding. But a full body split is ideally, if I had to pick one to start off with, ideally that's the best one to start off with, because number one, you don't need much volume when you're a beginner. You really don't need much volume at all. You don't need to, break down your muscle excessively to the point you can't recover properly, because if you're not recovering, you have delayed muscle soreness. You basically won't be able to go to the gym after that. Your body will be just too broken down. It'll need time to recover, and you're just going to slow down your results that way. So if I were you, you're starting off, do a full body workout 3 times a week, low volume, and just play around with the exercises in the gym, lightweight, and perform it with proper form. That's number one. Safety first. You never ever want to load too much weight on the bar and then perform it poorly, and that's how you get injured. So I definitely, as a beginner, I would do a full body split, because I also maintained the full body split for the longest time. I changed it until I realized I wasn't getting any more results in them. Until my workouts were just becoming too long. I couldn't increase the volume further because I had to train my whole body. So that ideally, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to continue full body workouts. So I changed my split to an upper lower and then push pull legs and so on. So as a beginner, I would definitely do full body first. But just as a base, it's not a perfect split. It's just for you to understand what works, what doesn't, and to just get a hang of basically of the exercises that you're trying to perform. Because in a full body workout, you're doing pretty much all the compound lifts. You're gonna basically do a deadlift, squat, bench, and you could just play around, see how they feel with light weight, with proper form. And over time you'll build, no question. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more informative videos like this, I'll definitely do a lot more. I actually want to start a series on just strictly informative videos about anything regarding fitness, such as certain exercises that you should and should not do, or cutting, bulking, what supplements to take, anything like that. So tell me in the comments what you guys want to see, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.